What's good, everybody? Whew, just woke my ass up. Oh, man. Wake up, wake up, wake up. All right. Well, I just want to give my quick combine thoughts before we enter the building for DBs and safeties today. Uh, but as you know, I was at the defensive tackles and linebackers yesterday. Uh, some guys that kind of stood out to me, not piggybacking on anybody else, because obviously there's been a lot of publications that came out today over the combine and the combine thoughts, things of that nature. Uh, but yesterday, got to see defensive tackles, defensive ends, and we got to see linebackers. I didn't get to see all the linebackers up close. They had us leave about um, eight. It was about 8:30, and if you watched the rest of the combine on the TV, they showed a lot of the linebackers being able to do some other drills that they wouldn't let us see. But you got to watch them a little bit on TV. I was a little frustrated because I really wanted to watch the linebackers in those drills, not just the 40 times. 40 times were all good, but I really like the drills more than anything else because I feel like the drills show you more than the 40. The 40 is good, but you can have not the greatest 40, but do really good in those drills, and people will let you kind of slide. So, just some guys that kind of stood out to me yesterday, uh, going from top to bottom of this list. Ross Blaylock, Ross Blacklock from Texas Christian, big boy, had a good 40 time, moved really well, really good size. Don't know all the measurements on some of these guys, so I apologize if I don't. But Ross Blacklock stood out to me. Marlon Davidson, he actually had an interview, I believe, with the Cowboys. He was pretty impressive in his own right to me as well. A couple of those Davis boys from Nebraska looked real good yesterday. Carlos Davis and Khalil Davis, man, those guys ran them 40 times. I'm sure you saw the 40 time from one, I believe, was Khalil. He ran a 4.76 at over 300 pounds, which is crazy. Both of them dudes look great in their agility drills. Even when they had to do the two circle drills, which I think that's one of the most impressive ones. I really love when they had to hit the bags. One time had to hit the bags over, then they had to spin on the other one, then they had to hit the other one. That showed their good agility, and then getting after the quarterback. Those guys did good in all those drills, so they were very impressive to me. Also, Neville Gallimore from Oklahoma. I was disappointed I didn't get to see Licky Fotu. He ran 140 time and he came up limping, and I didn't see him in the rest. It looked like he lost a little bit of weight too, but I didn't get to see a rest of him. I really wanted to see more of him, so I was a little disappointed in that. Nelville Gallimore, he was impressive as well to me from Oklahoma. Um, Already had good get off, good had a good 40 time gradient on the agility drills. Real good penetrator, was causing a lot of chaos at the Senior Bowl, and I think he did himself some favors as well. The guy I really liked before the combine, and he is Ohio boy. Actually, I did the Walnut Ridge High School basketball game Friday, and that's where he is from. Went to Ohio State. Oh, I'm sorry, that's linebacker Harrison. But Devon Hamilton, he actually went to Pickering High School. He went to Taco Charlton's High School, and it's a high school that's out here. But Devon Hamilton, I liked him before. Man, I like him even more. 33 reps on the bench press. Was strong. Was pretty fluid in all the drills. Ohio State players, to me, do very well in the NFL. The Cowboys tend to like Ohio State players because they do. What's good with you, Juwan James? How you doing? One of my thoughts on Curtis Weaver, I think the Cowboys are going to go after him. They had him at specifically linebacker. He was a defensive end. But my guy, Brandon Tucker, who I had on an interview, actually trained Curtis Weaver. He was one of the guys, if you go back and check the interview, we both talked about him at length. And I said, he's a guy that can he play line. It's funny because he had his hand in the ground pretty much a lot of the times at Boise State, 13 and a half sacks there last year. But I said, could he play linebacker? Because he looked like he could play both positions. And it's funny because I thought he was going to have be strictly a defensive end at the combine. And when I got there, they had him listed at linebacker. His 40 time wasn't the greatest. He ran a 4.8, Juwan, but he tested good in all the other drills. The Cowboys already interviewed him, and I know that they had an affinity for Boise State players, but that was the Garrett regime. But I still think they like Boise State players in general. I think they are going to look at him. They are going to take a hard look at him. And if he is available in those later rounds as a linebacker, I think the Cowboys are going to take him. That's just my opinion. Um, I just think that's going to be a option for them. So in that aspect, Juwan, I think that not a great 40 time, but I think they will go after him in later rounds. Um, the guy that I was also, like I said, Devon Hamilton. I like Devon Hamilton. I would love to see that. Devon Hamilton. I would love for the Cowboys to get him. Actually, I had him in one of my mock drafts. My first mock draft I ever did, my first computer mock draft I ever did, I had Devon Hamilton in there. Actually, I posted it on my Big Game James page today. But I like Devon Hamilton. I would love for the Cowboys to scoop him. A little disappointed that Javon Kinlaw didn't um, do anything at the combine. We all wanted to see him, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for his pro day. Real disappointed didn't get to see him. Another guy that I thought was gonna do better. He was a big kid from LSU, Rashad Lawrence. He just looked lumbersome. He wasn't doing good in a lot of the drills. He looked slow. I know he's a big boy, but his initial get off just wasn't good. And I was really looking to see what he did because of his impressive size, but he didn't impress me. The guy that was the took took it all to me was Justin Matabike. I believe he ran a 4.8. He already had good tape at Texas A&M, and he looked smooth in everything in the combine. He looks smooth. He's strong. He's athletic. He's fast. He's got good agility, left to right, uh, backpedaling. Just a he was the top guy to me. Yes, I would feel real good if the Cowboys got Matabike. He really ran. He was already the buzz before. Everybody was already talking about him before, but he totally impressed me in that combine, and I think he's definitely raised his stock. And Cowboys already had an eye on him, looking at him. And I know they like Texas A&M players, obviously Texas, but if he's around that second round, I think the Cowboys might try to pluck him. Laurel Murchison was pretty decent. Bradley Ane from Utah, not the super athletic guy, but he had a really good Senior Bowl. Really good Senior Bowl. He was tearing it up. Although all those offensive tackles sucked, in my opinion, they weren't the greatest, but he still did really good in that Senior Bowl. He to me is one of them guys that won't test great. What up with you, Marvin Hargrove Senior? What's up with you, fam? He's one of them guys that probably didn't test the best. He didn't have the greatest 40 timer. I believe ran like a 4.9. Wasn't the greatest in the agility drills. Was okay. Was good in the pass rushing drill. But I think he might be a player, a guy that you won't see show up on the combine numbers. But I think he's just a football player. And I think if anybody gets him, they'll get a good football player. Raekwon Davis from Alabama, big boy, nice size. Cowboys, I believe, already brought him in, real good size. Didn't do terribly bad, but wasn't super impressive. He's a half and half, but he's a really big boy. And, Cowboys love that size in the middle, David Urban type. AJ Epinesa, I was already like on the fence with him because I remember everybody before the draft was talking about AJ this, AJ that, AJ this. And then when I actually watched some of his tape, I was like, why is everybody talking about this dude as a top 10 player? I mean, great size, 6'6", like 280 pounds. But when you watched him on tape, wasn't athletic, didn't have the bend, didn't have twitch, wasn't fast off the ball, but was this big, strong, and dominant. That's what he was in the Big Ten. But when I saw him test, I didn't see it. Like his initial get off, he didn't do bad in the drills, but wasn't this top 10, top 20 guy to me. Just my opinion. I don't think he's that top first round guy. I think he's more bottom first round, maybe even second round. I just my opinion. I think you get him a steal, but I don't know. What's up, Aaron? Grant Delpit in the first round. We're gonna see. I'm gonna watch him today. Everybody's talking about his tackling issues. I think that's just kind of everybody's piggybacking off. One person said he got bad tackling. Everybody says he's a bad tackler. He has a great size. We'll see how he looks at these drills. 40 time will be good. Hey ho! I got Marvin Hargrove Sr. with the $10 holla donation. Donation. Appreciate you, Marvin Hargrove. You're putting in for the nation to get me to this draft. I almost got all the cash for the draft to get there. Just need a little bit more, and I'll let y'all know this week. Appreciate you, dog. $10 holla. Appreciate you. I'm gonna keep it real, dog. I can't tell you who I'll pick at 17 yet. We still got a little bit of time. That we still got to go through free agency. That's the biggest key. We got to look at free agency first before you talk about anything about draft. Because when you see the free agency and who they pick up or who let go, then you're gonna probably see who they're probably gonna pick up. So right now, I can't tell you who I would pick at 17 because we still got to see these guys today. So I just can't give you that what I would tell you. So I don't want to sit there and lie to you. Gross Matos was pretty good from Penn State. I like him. Good size. Another guy who nobody was really talking about. He's from North Carolina, Charlotte. Alex Highsmith. Okay? Alex Highsmith. He was a guy that looked good in his 40. He looked good in all drills. Fluid, side to side, backpedaling, catching the ball. Alex Highsmith, keep an eye on this dude. North Carolina, Charlotte. Alex Highsmith. He looked really good. Across the board to me. Also, Malcolm Roach from Texas. My boys, Texas. Holla. Throw them likes up, man. Share this, man. Subscribe. Hit them notifications. Share this. Because when we get in that building, I need all y'all full attention. I know it's going to be on TV, but you got Big Game James doing it. What up, Ron the Don? Was that my boy, Ron the Don? What's up with you, big dog? But yeah, hit that like button, y'all. We need more likes on this shit, for real. Get up in here. You feel me? Like the hell out this shit. Share the hell out of shit. Get it. If you ain't a subscriber, subscribe the hell out of this shit. You feel me? The grind is fierce over here. Who else? Malcolm Roach. He looked good. Big boy in the middle. Slide out, slide in. Looked good in all his drills. He's a sleeper to me. So watch out for him. Alton Robinson was another guy that I had liked at his tape. I liked him at the Senior Bowl. I liked his tape at Syracuse, and I wanted to see how he looked yesterday. And I like Alton Robinson from Syracuse. Ran a 4.7, super fluid. I like Alton Robinson. I wouldn't mind scooping him later as a defensive end too, in maybe a third, fourth round. He's a good player. He is a good player. Didn't have the greatest year last year, but the year before he was killing it. So, but he had a good Senior Bowl. I thought he had good explosiveness. I like him as well. Another player that was a player that stood out to me that my guy also trained, Brandon Tucker. Make sure you go check out that interview. Go back through the videos and go listen to our interview with Brandon Tucker, who trained a lot of these guys. He trained about 10 of these guys that are in the combine now. And Jason Strowbridge stood out to me from the grip. We had talked about Jason Strowbridge prior. He had a good Senior Bowl, tested well. I like him. I'm trying to get an interview with Strowbridge from Brandon Tucker, so look out for that interview. We can nab that interview. I'm trying to get an interview with Curtis Weaver and Jason Strowbridge, so look out for those interviews in the near future. Hopefully Brandon can hook me up. Me and him been talking back and forth about hooking up those interviews, and that'd be a great interview, especially with Curtis Weaver, with the familiarity with the Cowboys having all those Boise State players. So we're really going to try to lock that down. So make sure you stay in tune for that. Another fast guy, and then we're going to jump to linebackers, and I'm going to get off here because we're getting ready to head to the combine. Jabari Zunga, I believe, from Florida, fast, 4.6. I don't trust the Florida players at the defensive end position. I just don't trust them. They had a guy out of Florida a few years ago that everybody was hyping, didn't do that great. I don't really trust those guys. What up, what is that, K9 Cowboy? What's up with you, big dog? Like this, share it, subscribe if you're not. But he was impressive in all drills. Fast. But I don't know how he's going to transition to the NFL. But one thing he did do, he looked hella good in them drills. Going to linebackers right quick, and then I'm going to head out of here. Didn't get to see a lot of the linebackers besides the 40 times. We got to see some of the drills, but they kicked us out. So I didn't get to see a lot of the great drills. Hey ho, is that my girl Katina with the $2 holla? What up with you, Katina? How you doing? Appreciate you. Great Patreon. You've been a supporter for life, Katina, and I got mad love for you. Thank you for being a proud Patreon like you have always been. $2 holla, holla, holla. But some quick names that I wanted to go through that I liked at linebacker. I'm gonna go through them right quick. One guy I wanted to see, Akeem Davis Gaither. He was injured. That hurt my soul. Um, Another guy. Where's he at? Where is he at? He impressed me. I was looking for his name while we were there. Where is he at? Oh, Jacob Phillips. Yes, that Montana look. It's your boy D White. What's up with you? Montana linebacker. Yes. Dante Olson. But here's another guy that looked good as far as um, his numbers, and I kind of bounced off a little bit off the NFL Network, so I'm sorry, but I couldn't remember his name. But Sean Bradley from Temple, fast, ran a 4.6. Woo, he looked fast and he looked fluid in all drills. Sean Bradley is a name to look at in Temple. I actually wrote his combine number, his 40 time down. 4.6, he looked good. Jordan Brooks, 4.5. Man, was these linebackers fast as hell? They were fast. And that's what you like. I think they said like 10 or 12 linebackers ran under like a 4.6. Woo! That's what you want. Fast, quick linebackers. Cowboys got them with Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch. But hey, the kid that I really like, that if you could get him, that Jacob Phillips from LSU, man, he looked good. Jacob Phillips, Shaq, he kept falling, man. He looked okay, but he kept slipping and falling. I didn't like that. But I know you love the U, Juwan, so we're gonna definitely keep an eye on him. But you need to keep an eye on that Jacob Phillips dude. Man, he looked good all the way through it. Every freaking drill he did, he looked good. Jacob Phillips. He's the guy that I really was loving. Jacob Phillips. I liked him. Also, who else would I like? Where's he at? Malik Harrison. That's the one I told you came from Walnut Ridge High School from Ohio State. He was very impressive. Willie Gay Jr. from Mississippi State. Fast, fast, fast in everything he did. Fast. And one other guy that looked pretty good, Kenneth Murray, I liked him too. Curtis Weaver, just keep your eye on him because I think the Cowboys are going after him in the later rounds. Curtis Weaver, because he played linebacker. He played linebacker in these drills, and I thought he was going to be D end, but he's linebacker. So those are some of the guys that I kind of liked right quick. Linebackers from South Carolina. Give me his name. Because some of these names, I don't know all on these linebackers. What was his name? From South Carolina. Let's see. Give me his name and I'll tell you. Because like I said, I didn't get to see all the linebackers. Like I did get to see the defensive guys because they kicked us out, which I was pissed. I wanted to see a lot more of the drills. But just those guys I named to you right there, those are guys that I liked. Really excited to see what these cornerbacks and safeties are going to do today. Obviously, we're all looking at Grant Delpit, McKinney, Jeremy Chin, Antoine Winfield Jr., corners, we're looking at Dantzler, Fulton, Diggs, the boy from TCU. I'm not really on the 40s, but they are, you know, you want to look at the 40 times, but it's the agility drills. The agility, can I get it out? The agility drills to me is what I'm really going to look at. Can they catch the ball? Can they put that ball out the sky? Or, you know, can they open and turn their hips quickly? That's the main thing I want to see, because when I watched them drills from the defensive linemen, it wasn't really that 40 time. That 40 time is great, but just like what Daniel General Maya was talking about, that 10-yard split, the initial get off, that's what guys look at more than anything else, because the initial get off, because that first 10 yards is what you're really going to go after. So it wasn't really the whole 40, it was that quick short distance, because that's what they're going to be seeing when they go into the league. It's going to be the quick short distance. It's not going to be the whole 40 time. That's okay in the end, but it's that quick initial burst is what they want to see. So I just want to see these guys in these drills, and then we'll go over that after it's over. But don't want to take too much of your time. Those are kind of some of the guys that. Good morning, John Jones. What's up with your big dog? Appreciate all your love and donations that you have sent to the nation as well. Marvin Hargrove, Juwan James, John Jones, it's your boy D White, Katina, Ron, the Don Smith, all you guys. I just want to give you a super shout out for all the donations that you have helped grow the nation. It's helped the fund to get to actually here, and we're funding it to get to the draft too. So I just want to tell you, I appreciate the full support, 100% from my heart, and we're going to grind, and we're going to get to that damn draft, and we're going to have a good time there too. But I don't want to hold up your time. Make sure you check out in about a few hours. We'll be in the building for the running back, not the running backs, the cornerbacks and the safeties, and I'm really excited to see what those guys are going to look like. Obviously, we know Byron Jones is probably not going to, he's not going to be a Cowboy. So this right here, what we're going to see today, could determine if they draft a cornerback or safety in the first round. This right here. But free agency really tells us more than anything where the Cowboys are going to go and where they may head. I know they said they may take the best player available, which may happen. They may take a receiver, they may take a corner, they may take a safety, defensive lineman. It really happens. It really depends on how that board drops. We all talk about what they're going to do in the draft, and everybody has a thought, but nobody knows. Free agency changes things, and we don't know what that draft is. It's a big ass guess. It's a big ass guess from them experts. They don't know. They're guessing just like we guys are doing on these YouTube channels or whatever. They're taking just as big as a guess. And the draft changes everything when, let's say, Detroit is going after a quarterback now instead of a corner. One pick or one trade can change everything on the draft. And just like they said yesterday, the premium players are the quarterbacks, the defensive ends, and offensive linemen. If they go heavy with that, then you could see some of these top players drop. And a lot of people are talking about Derek Brown from Auburn, since he didn't test well as far as his drills, that he could drop to the Cowboys. That would be awesome. That could happen. Remember, Darren James dropped. Tremaine Edmonds, he was right before Van Der Esch. I mean, there's guys that have dropped on the 17th pick. If the Cowboys keep it, that the Cowboys can get a really good player. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to get in here and check out these boys, and let's get at it. So make sure you're tuning in. Get in there as soon as I go live. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Donate. Holla. We need hollas today. We need hollas today. Holla. We need hollas. We need all that. So get in there. I need a full crowd in there, because this is going to be an exciting day today. All right. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. I'll holla. Peace.